Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants is brought to you in part by Thermador, an American icon that rises above all others for those who insist on true cooking performance.
Thank you for joining us in this gorgeous Thermador kitchen in Builder Source Appliance Gallery in Albuquerque. I'm with Chef Chris from Cosmo, and he has brought one of my all-time favorite foods. What are you making for us today?
We're going to make some sushi today. We do a nightly sushi special at the Cosmo Bar and Dine in Durango, Colorado, and I thought it'd be fun to do that here today. So one of the first things we did today is we cooked some sushi rice, which is a short grain Japanese style rice, in a rice cooker, and then we're going to season it with some rice wine vinegar. And traditionally, a Japanese rice wine vinegar will have some sugar and some salt stirred into it so that the rice is seasoned to add some flavor.
And you have your own mix, your own recipe for the rice wine,
yes,
salt, and
sugar.
Okay,
yes.
And that recipe can be found on southwestrestaurants.com, because that's the part I think is so tricky. If you don't get the rice right, your sushi's not right.
Mm-hmm. Traditionally, the word sushi means seasoned rice. So you want to make sure that that's there and tasting good and has a great texture, because that's an important part of what we're doing here today.
So sushi doesn't mean raw fish for all those sushi phobia people out there?
It does not.
Okay, good to know. That's a good tip. All right, let's get going. So
okay.
How does this work? I've done this, but not in a long time.
We have our sushi mat here that we're going to put down.
Okay, sushi mat. Now, where do you get a sushi mat?
Sushi mat, yeah, I think you can find them at most supermarkets these days, or a fish supply store, or a Japanese store. A little bit of water just on our hands to help with the rice.
Okay.
Grab our rice here.
Now this can be a kid-friendly food, but I know you have a kids menu at Cosmopolitan as well, don't
we
you?
certainly do. We have a great kids menu with real food on it, steaks, salmon, chicken. Yeah, we've got a grilled cheese option available and some chicken strips, but I try to feed my kids the same food that I eat at dinner, and when the kids come to Cosmo, they love to have those great dishes that we prepare for them.
Well, your kids are better behaved than mine, because I took my kids to Cosmo and my daughter wanted the lobster corn dogs.
Oh, well, you know.
We didn't tell her they were lobster.
Everyone loves those.
Corn dogs. They were delicious. Any food on a stick, right?
Exactly.
You put it on a stick, it's yummy. Okay, so you just, oh, interesting.
Gonna flip that over. Now we're gonna add some strips of cucumber in here for some crunch and some nice flavor. Some of our delicious papaya.
And you're just layering them sort of on the...
Trying to make it a little bit flat here, so when we roll up the roll, it's not gonna be too...
bulky?
Bulky, yes.
Okay. Well, okay, so they're not piled, you try to keep them in the center, and they're not piled all the way out to the edges.
Leave yourself a little strip on the end, because you're gonna wanna tuck this piece into that piece to help seal the roll.
Okay.
Getting these super tasty pea vines in there.
Locally grown in Durango, right? The pea vines.
Tuna inside.
And this is a gluten-free dish, isn't it?
Yes.
To go along with your gluten-free menu.
We have many items on our menu are gluten-free, including pizza crusts and desserts and a lot of our sauces and the soy sauce that we serve with the sushi. And now I'm going to take the sushi mat and gently roll it and tuck in the end part.
This looks tricky.
So then when it comes together,
and you squeeze, I thought you gave it a good squeeze. Okay.
Give it a little squeeze.
You make that look easy.
There's our roll right there. One more time with the mat.
So you continue to just kind of compact it. Okay, make it stick. Because the sticky rice combines it, but you want it to stay in a roll.
Exactly.
Okay, beautiful. I love the green coming out on the sides. It's so pretty.
Kind of peeking out and showing you what's inside there. Acts as a nice garnish when you plate it as well. Get more of our tuna on top.
It's a good precursor to the freshness of all of the fresh ingredients in the roll. Okay, so you've got the garnish and it's rolled nice and tight, and you cut it now, right?
Yes.
So is there a trick to that? Because I always seem to mess that up.
I'm gonna put a little bit of water on the blade of my knife and let it drip down. That's gonna help slice through the rice a little bit easier.
Okay.
I'm also just gonna give it one more little tighten with the mat. One more little squeeze. Gently pull that off. And then a little water on the knife. Make sure it's not sticking to our cutting board. And right on through.
So the trick is the water. I saw you do that with your fingers before you press the rice.
Keeping the little bit of water on your fingers is going to help that rice not stick to your hands and not stick to your knife.
That's a great technique.
Also having a rag to wipe will help.
It's a little messy, but a little fun. This is so pretty. Is this one of your favorite dishes? Do you eat this?
Definitely. I love sushi. I've worked at some fantastic sushi restaurants in the past, and it's one thing that I love to eat on a daily basis, so why not serve it at my restaurant?
Yeah, and you have it as a appetizer or
yes,
a meal?
On the menu as an appetizer, and we switch it up almost nightly. We also have happy hour sushi special every day.
It's yummy. Wow, and I know it's served with this delicious bread that you guys bake daily, is that right?
Yes, a fantastic pastry chef that bakes our bread, makes our desserts, hamburger buns, also creates some gluten-free products for us.
Gluten-free products in bread, or you said the pizza dough?
Pizza dough, bread, and a few of our desserts now, we have a gluten-free option as well.
This is so pretty. Well, can we try it?
Please.
Let's have a taste. Are you gonna have some too?
I'd love to.
I like the soy sauce. Can you use this? Now, how do you do this? Do you pour it over or dip?
I would say maybe give it a little pour over. Can I pour some for you?
Absolutely, yeah. I brought my own. Handy dandy.
Prepared.
Yes, but you said that this is meant to be eaten with your hands.
Yes, the rolls are perfect for just finger food.
Okay.
And traditionally the chopsticks are more for sashimi to pick off the plate.
Well, how do you get the wasabi onto the roll?
The chopsticks would be perfect for that.
Okay, great. And not too much, right?
You don't want
Or
to
you're
have...
in trouble.
Exactly.
Or you are in trouble. See, this is what happens to me. I'm not great with
That's why it's a little more difficult with the chopsticks. That's why I like to just grab my fingers at the roll and...
Oh, the expert. Perfect. Coming up, Chef Chris is going to show us how to make 2 other types of sushi. So please join us.
Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants is brought to you in part by Sierra del Rio Golf Course at Turtleback Mountain Resort in Elephant Butte, New Mexico's premier live, work, play resort community.